Quick selection of specific objects that we want to work with is very important when you have thousands of objects in a drawing. Fortunately, there are many ways to do this in AutoCAD. In this video, I'll walk you through different ways of selecting the objects you need to work with quickly in AutoCAD from a rather complex drawing. So the first method which I'm going to show you here is the select similar tool. Now many of you might be aware of this tool. So this is the way it works. You just go, so in this drawing I have many grid objects shown here, and what I'm going to do is I'll go and select one of the object. Now I want to pick all the grid numbers, let's say grid numbers and letters, so that I can do whatever changes. Maybe I want to change the layer, or I want to change the text height, or whatever reason. So what I will do is I'll go to one of the grid object, I'll pick one, and then I will right click, and then I will select the select similar. So when you click on select similar, what will happen is some of the objects are picked. Now we should know what is the basis, what is the criteria of this selection. Now if you do a simple move operation, see what's happening is many type of objects are selected. So we need to know what is the basis of its similarity. So how did it determine all these objects are similar? So this is the way it works. So you need to know the settings of this tool. So in order to see the settings of the select similar tool, you need to type the select similar command in the command line. So here I'm going to type select similar. I press enter. Now I have the option to go to the settings. Now I click on settings, and you see there is a list here. So it says similar based on all these criteria. For the time being, it's only the name that is the criteria. So all the names, all the objects with the name. So what is the name? The name is, if you pick one of the object, and if you come to these properties, at the top of it there is this name listed as text. So that's a text object. Similarly, if you pick the dimension, it's called a dimension, a rotated dimension in this case. Now so this when you select the tool, this tool, and say select similar, the dimension will not obviously be picked with the current settings because that is having a different name. But when you come over to this object, it is also called text, but this is not what we want. So we want to pick only the grid objects. Now let's see what we can do in order to do this correction. So I'll type select similar again, or I can pick the up arrow to bring the previous command. Then I type select similar, I press enter, I go to settings, and here I'm going to, I can pick as many as I want, but that's not a good idea. Maybe it will omit some of the objects. So let's do something that will make sense here. Maybe I go to the layer, assuming that all of the text objects were in the same layer, and I may also pick the color. So here what's happening is what I have defined here is pick all the text objects with the same name, is on the same layer, and of the same color. So maybe that's enough to determine. I'm assuming that this is enough to determine my objects that I need. So I'll say OK here, and let me do a try here. So I come here, I right click, and I'll do select similar, and this time it has picked the right objects. So here this is a quick way, but this is also not a powerful way. It's a less powerful way. We don't have much control. Maybe some of them were not in the same layer, so in that case it has omitted that selection. So in the next example I'll be showing you much more specific ways to make sure that the things are we are going to select the exact objects that we need. So I'll do this selection one more time. I'll pick one of the objects, then I'll say select similar, so all those objects are picked. So here that's listed in the properties window, and here maybe I can do some changes. For example, I can change the text height to now it says varies. That's because some of them are of a different text height. Maybe I can change them to a height of 10, or that's too small. Maybe I can type it 50, etc. So here it is not changed. Let's make sure that we will type it again. We'll type a number of 40. That's still so small. So maybe let's type 400. Yeah. So in this case, all of the text objects are of similar height, so we don't have that vary. So here, this is one way of selecting the objects that we need, but it's a quick way, but it's at the same time a less powerful way. Now, another way is to use the isolate layer tool. So here, if you come over to the layer toolbar, we have an isolate layer option. So if our objects are done in the right layer, then you can go to the isolate tool. So here I go to the isolate layer, and maybe I'll pick the dimension. In this case, maybe I want to filter all the dimensions, so I will pick one of the dimension. I press enter, and now I have all the dimensions of that layer listed. So in this case, I can pick these objects here, then I can come to the properties window, and I can change. Maybe I can change the dim style for that, or the layer for that, etc. Whatever we need. Now, if you want to bring back those layers again, you can come to these layer properties and do an unisolate, and we have all those layers back. Now, this is also not this is a quick way again, but not that powerful way to do a selection. Now I'm going to show you another method. This is a very powerful way, and this we can be very specific also, and we have much more control, and that is what we call the quick select option available in the properties window. Also, you can type Q select in the command bar. That is it will bring the same command. Now let's click on this quick select, and we have this quick select option. Now there are so many options here, but I will break it up in a way that is much more clear to you. The first part, of course, says apply to. So the apply to meaning right now it is the entire drawing. So whatever selection we are doing is applying to the entire set of drawing. Now, if we don't want that, let's say we have a different set of objects. Let me copy this set of objects here, and let me copy this here and keep it here, and maybe I don't want my selection for this group of object, only for this selection. In that case, you can go to the quick select, and then go to the select objects option next to this window here, and then we can be specific. So here, when I make this selection, so whatever we are picking from is only from this group. It's not applied to this group here. Now, see, it's changed from the entire drawing to the current selection. Of course, we have the entire drawing option here if you want. Now, the next option that we have to specify is the object type. What type of object do we need to pick from this drawing? So here, let's come back, and let's say in this case, I want to pick, let's say, for example, let me look for any block object here. Okay, I have a block. Okay, the name is not that nice. Maybe we will go to, let me go to another object. Maybe this table. So here is the table, and that is of the radius 400. Maybe I want to change all the radius of this table to 450. I don't know how many tables are, which is represented by circle in this drawing. So I want to pick all the circles, rather all the circles with in the layer. In this case, maybe there is some other circle objects with a different, which shows a different type. So in this case, I don't want to disturb that. I want only those table objects. So I'll rather go for the furniture. I'll pick all the objects of 400 radius, all the circle of 400 radius, which is residing on the furniture layer to be picked. This is what I want to select. So in this case, I'll go to the quick select option, and then I'll say not the entire drawing. So I'll go to select object, and I'm going to pick this group of objects. That way I have made sure that only that selection is applicable to this set of objects. Now here I'll come to the object type. So there, what is now listed here is what are the type of objects available in this selection. So if you don't have, so let me show you that. For example, if I go to quick select, and then if I go to select object, and if I pick this group, so in this case we have a circle, a text, a dimension, and a line. So you press enter, and if you come to the object type, now see those list is limited. So here we have now only for those type limited here. So that's very good. So this is already done filtering here. So here I'll go back to the pick objects, and then I'll make sure that I picked only from this group. Then I'm going to say not. So now we have multiple list of objects here, because that these are the type of objects that contains in this selection. So in this case, I'll go to the circle. I want to pick all the circle with the radius of radius equals 400. This is what I want to pick. So here I'll say 400, and I'll say okay. So you have to read it like this: pick all the circles of radius equals 400 from the current selection. See, go okay, and we have now 2 circles selected. So if you come to the properties here, and if you see this number right here, that means how many circles are selected. There are 2 circles selected, and that is listed here. So I can go ahead and make my changes. In this case, I want to make it 450, and both of the circles are selected. So this is a much powerful way to make a selection of the type of objects you need. Now, next, let me show you another one of my favorite. This is my favorite way of picking selecting the object. Now, many of us, I don't know how many of you are aware of this. Anyway, let me quickly go through it. So I'm going to make so here. Let's say instead of picking this object or that object, let me show you this command as a whole. So here I'm going to pick the whole group of objects. In this case, I picked all of these objects. Now if you come straight away to this properties window, and it shows all, and that is 1298. So what that means is, this all means it is showing you all the objects, how many objects are there. So that's 1298. It's not giving us much information. What it's just a number. But if you pick on this small arrow right here, this is where all the magic happens. This is the beauty of it. If you pick on this small window, it gives a breakup of all the objects in that selection. So here now, for some reason, we have some solids of 31 solids, rotated dimension of 43. There is 639 lines, 59 blocks, 20 circles. A whole lot of objects are divided. Now, what then? Now, some of you might ask, what's then? What next? So what? Yeah, here is it. So if you want to pick, let's say I want to pick the rotated dimension from this group. Maybe I want to increase the text height of all those dimensions a bit. So this is the quickest way. Go there and click on it. Now, what is listed here? What is listed here is only the properties of that rotated dimensions of 43 numbers. You don't want to do anything else to get this selection. So even though it shows all the objects picked here, what is listed here is only those 43 rotated dimensions. So here I can come down and let's say I want to increase the text height. So the text height of all that 150, and maybe in order to make it, in order to make the changes clear, I'm going to increase it to a rather large number. So here I'm going to type 200, and boom, that all those text height is increased. Maybe I want the arrow size to be reduced a bit. So here arrow size is not given. Arrow size is varies. So here maybe I'll type an arrow size of 50, and here you have it all reduced or increased depending on the number. So this is much more faster and powerful way to make a selection from a group of objects. So let me go back and change all the text height back to 150, so you can keep an eye over here and see all those text height are reduced. Similarly, you can also change the layer of those all the dimensions, but this is let me warn you, this is not that specific, but this is a very quick and fast quick way and efficient way to make a selection from a group. I use this almost every day. Now last but not the least, we have the old filter command. Now this command is already forgotten by many people. This is not that much needed here. So in order to put this in the video, let me show you what it is. So if you type filter in the command prompt, you will get the good old filter command. Now this is a bit not that friendly in the way it works. So let's say, for example, I want to pick this arc with the radius is shown here as 831.2 something. Now here let me type arc let me type filter, and here you can have an arc radius value, and you can type that value here. In this case, I forgot that value. So here, let me type all in order to show you how the way it worked. Let me type the arc command. Then you say add to the list, so that will appear here in the list. And then you say add selected objects. In this case, it will ask for a selection. And here I'm all you have to do is sorry, not add select objects, type the apply command. So here you have to make a group of objects, and you press enter, and only those arcs are filtered out. So 150 number of arcs are selected from this group. So this is another way to select, not that friendly. You have all these ways. The most common used one is the quick select tool, also used frequently is a select similar, and also don't forget sorry to use the filtering option that are available here from the properties window. So that's a quick walkthrough of all the selection options available in AutoCAD. I'll be putting up more videos to show you different options available in AutoCAD. If you like this video, and if you have any comments or suggestions that will help the future videos, please share it. I know I'm going a bit fast because I want to say so many things in a rather limited time. So hope you enjoy it. If you put your comments in that may help in my next videos. So bye.